안녕하세요 여러분. 저는 소피아예요. 만나서 반가워요. Hello everyone. This is Sophia Sultana and nice to meet you all. So if you are new to my channel, so my channel is all about Korean culture and my lifestyle in Korea. So today's video will be about Korean language. So today's video will be about Hangul. So why we need to know a totally new language? That is because to know any country's culture, it is very important to know for the first time its language. Because if you know their language, it will be easier for you to interact with them, to interact with the native Koreans. And if you interact with them, you will know much more deeply about the Korean culture. And not only for that, but also if you learn a new language, if you learn their language, then it will be easier for you to survive in that country. Today, in this video, I'm going to talk about the basic principles of creating Hangul, as well as I will give you a slight introduction to the vowels, consonants, double consonants, and how to form words. Also in this video, I'm going to tell you how to self-introduce yourself to the other Koreans. So I will discuss about everything in details in this video. So if you don't want to miss this chance and if you want to introduce yourself in Korean to the native Koreans, then please watch this video till the end. So are you ready to learn this new Korean language, that is Hangul? If so, then let's get into that video. So first, let me give you a brief introduction about Hangul. Hangul is the name of the script of Korean language. The picture of the person in the Korean money is a very famous king from the past. Do you know who is this king? The answer is King Sejong the Great. King Sejong is widely considered the best king of the Joseon dynasty of Korea. He invented Hangul because before the invention of the Hangul, scholars borrowed Chinese characters to write, but it was very difficult for the commoners to read it. This disheartened King Sejong and he decided to invent the Hangul for his people. He named it Hunminjeongeum. The Hangul Day in Korea is 9th October. Let's talk about the vowels. In Korean language, there are in total 21 vowels. 10 are the basic vowels and the other 11 are the combined vowels. So first, let's start with the basic vowels. So the first 10 basic vowels are A, O, U, Ya, Ya, Yo, U, I. So now it's time to learn the combined vowels. There are 11 combined vowels in Korean language. So let's start them. A, Ya, E, Ye, I, We, Wa, We. While I was pronouncing these combined vowels, you may have noticed that many of the vowels have the similar sound. Yes, so these are the three vowels whose sounds are very similar and you cannot distinguish between the pronunciation of these three combined vowels. So are you getting excited more? Because so far we have studied all the vowels. So now we should learn the consonants as well. After learning the basic consonants and the final consonants, you will be able to learn and read maximum of the Korean words. Korean language, there are 19 consonants. 14 are the basic consonants and 5 are the double consonants. So first, let's learn the basic consonants. Kiek, Nien, Miem, Thiet, Digat, Kiet, Siet, Biep, Piep, Iang, Hiet, Diet, Chiet, Real. But while I was saying these consonants, you might have observed that some of the symbols resembles the same, just a slight difference in the strokes. So yes, Korean language do follows the ideographic principles, and that is just adding strokes to the existing character, you can add a new character. For example, if we add one stroke to the Nien, we get Diet. If we add 2 more strokes, then we get Thiet. So this is the principle of ideography. Good. So far we have learned all the vowels and the 14 basic consonants. Now it's time to learn the 5 double consonants as well. Double consonants are tensed sound. So we have to pronounce it like this. Ka, ta, pa, sa, cha. Are you getting excited? Yes. So now let's learn the final consonants, which are also known as bachim. So final consonants are nothing new. They are just the 19 consonants that we have learned so far, but when they are placed in the bachim position, only the 12 of the consonants will change their sound. Now we have learned all the basics of the Korean language. So now let's try to make some small words. Now Korean words or syllables always start like 100%, they will start with a consonant. There are 3 basic ways by which you can form a syllable or a Korean word. 1, by using the vowel only. 2, by using the consonant and the vowel. The third one is by using the consonant, vowel and then the final consonant, both in the horizontal sequence as well as in the vertical sequence. Now there are some rules while forming this syllable. If we are using the horizontal vowel, then the phoneme will go up of the vowel and the final consonant will go at the bottom. And the second rule is, if the vowel is vertical, then the phoneme will go to the right of the vowel and the final consonant will sit at the bottom of the vowel. So far you have learned all the basics about the Korean language. So now it's time for Sophia's tips that how you can learn Korean language on your own from the internet. So first, you can consult with the King Sejong Institute's website. I will be definitely putting the link of that website over here. You can just go and check it out from that website. This website is the official Korean language learning website of the Korea, and in this website you will find a variety of books and deep learning. I have already mentioned about these websites in one of my previous videos. If you want to check that video, I will put the link of that video in here and you can check that video as well to get these tips. Second one is Coursera. From Coursera, you will get free courses of variety of Korean languages. And this Coursera website collaborates with many famous Korean universities. Like you can get these Korean free courses from Yonsei University. And if you give a minimal amount as a payment, you can get an official authentic certificate from the Yonsei University as well. So it depends on you whether you need a certificate or you don't need, but you can learn these languages from the teachers of this university. And the third one is from the YouTube sources. From the YouTube sources, you can learn Korean language as easy as possible. YouTube channels like Talk to Me in Korean or Korean 101 Class. So I personally use these two YouTube channels to learn. Also, I want to add a fourth tip about from where you can learn this Korean language more efficiently is through by following some of the Facebook pages of the KCCI, that is Korea's Cultural Center in India. By following these pages in Facebook, you can get some information about how you can learn Korean language, because these Facebook pages give some advertisements like this to enroll the students for the basic Korean language program. I myself has enrolled in this program and have learned a lot, and all these courses are free of cost. What you need more? You are getting the chance to learn a new language free of cost. And the fifth and the most fun tip is to learn Korean language from the dramas as well as from the Korean music. Like we all know that learning can get sometimes boring and we don't want to learn. Okay, so if you can learn something while you are enjoying something, it is more effective. So I would personally recommend you, if you want to learn Korean language and if you are getting bored learning it from Coursera or from other sources I mentioned, try using this one. This fifth one will actually really help you in increasing your stamina for learning this Korean language. Because while you are listening to Korean music, you are enjoying it. So your memory will catch those words more efficient and more fast. Then you can just use the internet to know the meaning of those words. So in this way, you can actually help your learning process. So I think the fifth one is the most effective one. So don't forget to try this. So now it's time to self-introduce yourself to the Koreans. So I will be telling you 4 simple sentences, and in these 4 simple sentences, you can introduce yourself to a native Korean. So the first sentence is 안녕하세요, which means hello. Second sentence is 저는 소피아예요, which means my name is Sophia or I am Sophia. The third sentence is 학생이에요, which means I am a student. Fourth sentence is 만나서 반가워요, or you can also say 만나서 반갑습니다, which means nice to meet you. So these are the 4 simple sentences which a beginner may usually speak while introducing him or her to the native Koreans. This is so far I have learned from all these sources, so I wanted to share it with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and also hope that you got some new knowledge about the Korean culture, about the Korean language. So if you really like my video, then make sure you must subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my notifications whenever I upload a new video. And please comment down below that if you want to see more of these Korean language classes videos of mine. So please don't forget to comment as well, and don't forget to share this video with your friends and family members. So I will be meeting with you all in my next video. Till then, take care and bye! 안녕히 가세요!